Hello dear students, this is the second chapter for you, that is Two Dear, here written by Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy is one of the greatest writer. In the present lesson, he had written about one of the beautiful story. He is the Russian writer and was a master of realistic fictions, and he is best known for two long novels, that is War and Peace and Anna Karenina. So we can call that he is one of the greatest writer. In the present lesson, we can see near the borders of France and Italy, on the shore of Mediterranean Sea, lies a tiny kingdom. Tiny means small kingdom. That is Monaco. Monaco. In the exam, they may ask you that which is the tiny kingdom. So here, Monaco is the tiny kingdom. So in this kingdom, there were 7,000 inhabitants, and there were 60 army men. The king, he had the kinglet, and even he had his own palace, courtiers, ministers, bishop, generals, and an army. Means like the other kingdoms, even though it is the tiny or the small kingdom, he was having all these things in his kingdom. Means everything, whatever in the kingdom is needed. So those all rules and regulations, everything that were followed by these people in this kingdom. Here, the taxes were collected by so many sources. Here, the taxes like tobacco, wine, spirits, and poll tax. There was one special revenue. There was special income that which comes from gaming houses. It is the sources of income for the king of Monaco. By this he ran his kingdom. So without this he can't, because the highest revenue he get it. The player may win or lose, but here the whatever the income comes, that the winner should have to pay to the kingdom. So because of that reason, roulette is one of the playing thing. It's a game that which played in the gaming houses. So in some of the German countries, that they stopped it, because here the people, they drink and they shoot themselves while losing money in this roulette. So because of that reason, here some of the governments totally they stopped it. The king of Monaco, that he knew this roulette is one of the dirty business, but he can't help it, because the highest revenue he collected from this revenue. So because of that reason, he has to run the government, he has to run his kingdom. Because of that reason, he continuously he didn't stop this gaming houses. So just he took the revenue from it and he continued his kingdom. So here, the king has the coronations, and he has his levies and rewards, sentences, and pardons. Means the king has the power to give judgment whatever happens in the kingdom. Here there were councils, laws, courts of justice, but they were in a smaller scale. Now here, once a few years ago, there was a murder which was committed in Monaco kingdom. Actually here the people of Monaco, that they were very, very innocent and they didn't see such crimes there. But a few years ago, when this crime took place, when the murder took place, then it was a greatest headache for the king. So here the judges that they assembled with the ceremony and tried judicial manner. Means that they have to take one decision towards the murderer. So because of that reason, the judges and the prosecutors and jurymen and the barristers, that they directs, that means they gave their judgment that this murderer has to be executed. Means he has to be executed. So means he has to give the death sentence while cutting his head. And the king, that he who read the sentence, because the king, he has the power to give the sentence. So here the king, he who sentenced, yes, he should be executed. And when they announced the punishment for the murderer, then there was a hitch, there was a problem in that punishment. The king of Monaco, he didn't have any guillotine or an executioner. Guillotine means a head cut, or it's a machine. It's a machine that while using that, they used to cut the head of the man. So it was not there in the kingdom. So because of that reason, here the king of Monaco, he wrote letter to the king of France. So while asking how much money it costs. So what is the price of the guillotine and an executioner? Then within a week, they took the message, they took the letter from the king of France that it costs 16,000 francs. But here the king of Monaco, he thought it's too costly for them. Even it's too burden on the people of Monaco. So because of that reason here, he thought that, yes, let me write the letter to the king of Italy. Here the king of Italy is the brother monarch of king of Monaco. So who is the brother monarch? Here the king of Italy is the brother monarch to the king of Monaco. So because of that reason, again here the same letter was sent to the king of Italy, and they got the response that the guillotine and an executioner, it costs 12,000 francs. Then again the king of Monaco, he thought it is also costly, because it was too small kingdom. If they took that much costly things just to cut the head of this murderer, then it become the burden on the people of Monaco kingdom. So because of that reason, the king, he decided, okay, we should not purchase or we should not buy such guillotine and executioner from other countries. Just he called the general. This is the second thing what happened. At first they gave him the head cut punishment, so that they didn't get any guillotine and an executioner. And now the king, he thought, yes, we should call the general, the soldiers, the head of the general, the head of the soldier, head of the military, head of the army. They called. Then they asked, is anybody perfect, or is anybody ready to cut the head of this murderer, because he committed the murder. So because of that reason, is anybody ready to cut the head of this man? Then the general told them, okay, that he will ask all the army people or the army men, and then afterwards he will tell his judgment. When the soldiers were asked to cut the head of the murderer, then they said, no, we didn't taught to cut the head of a particular person. In the war, they can cut the head of so many people because they are their rivalries. They are their enemies. They can cut the head of their enemy in the war, but not like this. They said no. Means second chance also that they missed it. So means first one bulletin and an executioner, that they didn't purchase it, and the second one here the army men, they said that they are not ready to, and even they are not that much of well versed to cut the head of this murderer. And afterwards, here they wants to change the punishment. That which punishment is it? That we shall see in second part of 2 dear.